Alligator Villas, New Year's 4 million, it's falling out the ceiling.
Yo, Pico green, fatigues on supreme. It's like the 90s people dream. Leather pants, Stan Smiths and blings. 850 a rag on it, we kings. Ran every...
Hello from Sutter Health Park. It's opening day on the show. It's the Salt Lake Bees and the Las Vegas Aviators. Introductions wrapping up down on the field. First pitch just minutes away. Just about ready to roll. And towing the slab here, Luis Morales. He's going to need to command all 4 of his pitches to have a great game in this one. If one of those 4 isn't working, it makes it a lot easier for hitters to guess what's coming. And that's not a situation he wants to find himself in. Ready to go.
Leading
now
off
the
tonight,
third baseman, Yoan Moncada.
10, Yoan Moncada.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch.
Ball, that's out.
Late on that fastball. On a cold night like this, hitters are trying to get out in front so they don't get jammed. A pitcher can counter that by using the off-speed stuff more frequently. And a swing and a miss. And there's one away. Let's check out the lineup. With the wind blowing in, the big bats in this lineup might have to focus a little more on small ball. Everyone up and down the lineup has to focus on doing his job and don't try to fight the wind too much, because that's a recipe for a bunch of cans of corn. One out and the bases are empty. Digging in for the Bees, Nolan Shanuel. Backed off the plate that time. And now the 2-1. Grounder to third, Muncy. Sends it to first. Quick start this evening, 2 out in the top of the first.
Batting third, the designated hitter, Jorge Soler.
Bases are empty with 2 away. Coming up now to the dish for Salt Lake, Jorge Soler. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, got the strikeout. And it's 3 up and 3 down in this inning. We'll go to the bottom of the first, still 0-0. Welcome back. And today's starting pitcher, number 70. On the mound in this one, he is one of the highest-ranked pitching prospects in the Angels organization. A lot of excitement in Anaheim for what he can bring in the future. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Digging in for the Aviators, Cade Marlowe.
Number 15.
We're coming right up against it with the way this rain is coming down. And if there's a lengthy delay, chances are it'll force pitching changes, which would lead to some early exits on the mound. That one misses. 3-1 now. That one misses. It's a leadoff walk.
Batting second, shortstop, Darryl Hernandez.
Now, Darryl Hernandez. Runner on the move. Up the middle. Nice grab to first. And very nicely done for the out.
Batting third.
Let's take a look at the lineup. Here's the third baseman, Max Muncy. Kicks and delivers. Dives, but it's off the glove. still able to get it there in time. So a tough play, but they do get out number 2. This is where the PFPs that teams run in spring training come into play. Nice job at first to knock the ball down and keep it on the infield, and then get it to the pitcher covering the bag for the out. So digging in, Colby Thomas. Marlowe on third with 2 out. And the pitch is in for a strike. And the count is even, 2-2. That one fouled hard the other way. And now it's filled up. Great job to see changeup out of the hand and lay off. Brennan Malone in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. 3-2, here's the pitch. Got the batter swinging, it's a strikeout, and that ends the inning. End of 1, and we're still scoreless. The Bees at the plate here in the second inning.
Second baseman Adam Frazier.
Next pitch in for a strike. That one missed. Sliced hard, but foul. Two. And that just misses. This is a growth opportunity for a young pitcher. He thought it should have been a strike at the top of the zone, but he didn't get the call. And now he has to adjust to the ump's zone. Show your maturity here. You may get that call later on. A frozen rope. And there's one down.
Batting fifth, right fielder Gustavo Campero.
Bases empty, 1 away. Now it's the right fielder, Gustavo Campero. This broadcast is brought to you by Thrifty Garmola's Discount Granola. If your oats and nuts are leaving a huge hole in your budget, it's time to get thrifty. And 1-2. And that one is inside. One out and the base is empty. Grounds this one to short. Hernandez tosses to first. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second.
Batting sixth, shortstop Chris Taylor.
Swing and a long drive to left field. He can admire this one. It's out of here. Made them pay for that one. And they grab the lead. It's 1-0. It's pouring down rain, but he didn't lose his focus. He put a nice swing on that pitch for the home run. That's a great job of recognizing the breaking ball. Even better, he didn't jump too early at a hanger over the middle. Instead, he stayed back and got every bit of it. Two outs, bases empty. That one clips the outside corner. And the count 1-2. And
That's
there's a
ball 2.
Caught him looking for the strikeout.
I'm in the field, I'm in the lead, gassed up and you running on E. Walk tall cause you standing on stilts, elevated cause the rock that I'm on, celebrated cause it's up and we
Leading off, second baseman, Brennan Malone.
A swing and a miss. Line drive to center field. And that's down, a base hit. Runner aboard on the leadoff single. Not much to quibble with on that swing. He had everything going in the right direction and barreled it up for a liner into center. Nice rip.
That's ball 2.
Nobody out and a runner at first. That one's in for a strike. 2-2 now. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup. Efficient work on the mound there. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup. Good eye
ball
on
2.
that pitch. Hit softly on the ground to the left side. There's one. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Batting 8th, catcher Jay McGuire.
Home team down by 1. Bottom half of the second inning. Step off, throw to first. Kuroda Grauer back in on a dive. 1-1. Here's the pitch. That one fouled off. One-two pitch. Swings through it for the K. Slider ran away for strike 3 there. So no runs here on a base hit. No errors. One left on base. We've played 2 innings. B's out in front. 1-0.
Come on, lift it to the top. Yeah, rise up. That's you. Come on in. Body in motion, heart on fire. Train through the heat and haze. Focus, vision of my eyes locked in through the pain. I fix my gaze. I count them reps. They count me out, but I'm still here.
Leading off, catcher number 38.
The 1-1 offering. Fouled off. He was late. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Leadoff hitter gone in the third.
Left fielder Bryce Teodosio.
That clicks the zone, and the count 1-2. Got the hitter swinging for the strikeout. First two batters gone in the top of the third.
Third baseman, Yohan Moncada.
Two outs and nobody aboard. Strike two. Swings through it for the strikeout. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. Moving on now to the home half of the third inning. The Bees out front here, 1-0.
Leading off, first baseman, Brett Harris.
Grounds it to short. Taylor. The throw to first. Fine play in the hole for the out.
Now batting, right fielder, Cade Barlow.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Slider misses away. We'll see how well the field holds up with the way the rain is coming down. Drainage is a problem with some playing surfaces in the minors, but so far, this field is still playable. Something that bears watching, though. Now the payoff pitch. And ball four.
That pitch is low.
Now batting, shortstop, Daryl Hernandez.
Swing and a miss out front that time. Great time to go to the slider. He was clearly sitting fastball, which made his swing just a hair too early. Now he's got to protect with 2 strikes. Runner at first, 1 away. And that's outside.
That ball went out.
Payoff pitch. Still a full count after the foul ball. Runner on the go. Hard hit, right side, and steps on the bag for the out.
Now batting, third baseman, Max Muncy.
Ripped, but it curls foul. I think he may need to take a new plan of attack after that breaking ball got crushed foul. He may have gotten away with one there. Line drive. One runner left on base. Still behind, 1-0 to score.
Leading off, first baseman, Nolan Shanawell.
Here's the 1-1. Puts it in the air to center. Perez moving in on this one. and makes the grab.
Now batting, designated hitter Jorge Soler.
That one's
Ball
too
three.
high. They haven't been able to put up much offense in this one, but on a 3-1 count, that might change. We'll see how it goes. Foul ball there. That fastball was very hittable, but the swing just a touch too early. Pitcher needs to adjust. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Picks up the 7th strikeout of the ball game.
Adam Frazier.
Two outs, bases empty. Next
Ball,
pitch
that's
is outside. Keeps the AB going with the foul ball. Ground ball to second base. There with plenty of time, inning over. On now to the bottom of the 4th. The Bees have the lead, 1-0.
Leading things off, left fielder Kobe Thomas.
One ball, one strike. Right through there for a strike. Maybe a bit of a surprise here as the bullpen is already stirring. Caleb Ort, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Strickland getting cranked up as well. That one not close. Struck out looking for the backwards K. Leadoff batter
Now
retired in the
batting,
4th.
Second baseman Brennan Malone.
The lefty readies. Here's the 1-1. Fouled off left side. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Home team down by 1. Here in game 1 of this 3-game series.
Ball, that's off the
Breaking
plate.
ball inside, and it's 2-2. And that's
Ball, that's
outside.
out.
And the 3-2 offering. In the air to center. 2 away.
Now batting, center fielder Junior Perez.
Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Nice
Ball,
eye
that's
right
just
there.
out.
And it's strike 2. Hard liner. And that's a fair ball. Around first, hustling for 2. Here comes the throw. And now the tying run is into scoring position. That one might as well have been placed on a tee right down the middle, a hitter's dream, the pitcher's nightmare. This one is in there. 1-2 now. It's been a good outing so far on the hill, but he's not throwing a lot of first pitch strikes. If he doesn't get a little more efficient, things could go south. Spoils the 2-strike offering, another coming up. 1-2 now. And
ball
misses inside. That one off the mark. Full count now. That's such a hard pitch to lay off of at the plate. Nice job to spit on that tempting slider down and in. Ripped down the line for a base hit, and that one's getting into the corner. Headed for the plate, scores on that one. In with the double, and the go-ahead runs at second with 2 gone. Really trusted his hands and let the ball travel on that pitch and allowed him to go the other way for the hit. Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, looks ready to make the move. Mitch Ferris gives way. And I have to say, I'm surprised that he's getting the hook because he's been outstanding. We'll be back with his replacement in a moment.
Now pitching for
Righty reliever out the pen, Caleb Ort. A runner on second to deal with. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Take your base.
Now batting, the first baseman, Brett Harris.
One pitch now. Ground ball, right side. Shanuel steps on the bag. Inning over on the ground out, just 2 pitches necessary to end it out of the bullpen. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. All even at 1 apiece.
Leading off, right fielder, Gustavo Campero.
And the 1-1. Swings through that one for strike 2. Activity in the bullpen. Brady Basso, the lefty, looking to be getting ready. Bowden warming up as well. Pitch is in the dirt. That misses the zone. And a full count now. That's such a tempting pitch with 2 strikes. I'm impressed he took it. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. And the leadoff batter retired in their half of the 5th. That goes to show you the kind of confidence he has in that pitch. Most pitchers at this level would have gone to the heater on 3-2. That one ripped into right center. It's pretty deep. And he makes an incredible catch. Wow. What an effort he put in on that play. Covered a ton of ground and saved extra bases with the catch. On the mound, he might want to take a second before throwing this next pitch to give him a break. Two down and nobody aboard. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Strike on the outside corner. Such a close game. The next team to score could take all the momentum they need. Hammered, and now maybe extra bases. He makes the turn and digs for second base. Here's the throw. Not going to get him. He's in there.
Now
that one must have felt pure
38.
coming off the bat. Some really quick hands on the fastball inside. No problem pulling that one into the outfield for a hit. Pitch misses there, and the count 2-1. Man at second with 2 down. In there at the knees. It's 2-2. He thought that was a ball, and he'll challenge. And the strike call will stand. That knocks him down to 1 challenge left. 2-2, here's the pitch. In the dirt, but kept it close. Nice job behind the dish. Runner at second with 2 down. Ground ball to the right side. And foul ball. Three and 2 now. And ball 4.
Take your base, ball 4.
Now batting, left fielder Bryce Teodosio.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, making a move for the bullpen. Luis Morales is done. Only 2 hits allowed, so that's a great effort. And we'll be back after a quick break to tell you about the new pitcher.
Now pitching.
The left-hander on now, Brady Basso.
Number
Has some
66,
nasty breaking stuff.
Brady Basso.
1-2 offering. Got the batter swinging for the K. And that ends the inning. 2 left on base. Score stays tied, 1-1.
Never go flat, cause I'm meticulous. I keep on winning, putting up dubs. I feel like I'm limitless. I'm in the presidential. You in the lobby. I'm out the box. I'm getting
Leading off, right fielder Kate Barlow.
Well struck, right field. That one's got some carry. And gone! It just got out of here. And that gives them the lead. It's a 2-1 game. Raining cats and dogs, and he still manages to blast that one out of here. Unreal. Good job to keep that fastball down, but unfortunately, he didn't get it low enough. The batter was able to line it up and put a great swing on it for the home. One run in the inning so far. Bottom half of the 5th. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Campero settles underneath it and makes the catch.
Now batting, third baseman Max Muncy.
Swing lifts it to shallow left field. Taylor in position. Gets there. Got it.
Now batting, left fielder Kobe Thomas.
Ground ball to the right side. Handles. There in plenty of time, ends the inning. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. And it's now a 2-1 ball game.
falling fast. Call me capable at last.
So digging in,
Leading
Yoan
off,
Moncada.
third baseman, Yoan Moncada.
Here comes the 1-1. Liner snagged it first. One of those plays that just goes to show that not everything is within your control on the baseball field. Batter did everything right and still didn't get the hit. Sometimes that's how it goes. And the 1-1. Right through there for a strike. Meanwhile, some activity in the bullpen. Wander Suero appears to be getting loose. Alvarado also getting ready. One out and the base is empty. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. And some cutting action, but misses down low. And a challenge from behind the dish. Didn't miss by a lot, but it'll stay a ball. They've only got one challenge remaining. The Bees trailing by 1. And we're in the top half of the 6th. That one to first. Harris steps on the bag. 2 outs opening up the top of the 6th
Now batting,
inning.
the designated hitter, Jorge Soler.
So up next, Jorge Soler. Swing and a miss. On the ground, out to short, Hernandez. Over to first. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. They go down 1-2-3.
Now pitching for
A new
Salt
arm
Lake,
into the game, the
number
righty,
60,
Hunter Strickland. Coming into a game trailing by a small margin, and so his job will be to keep it within reach for the offense.
Leading things off, second baseman, Brennan Malone.
The 1-1 offering. Swing and a foul straight back. Fights that one away, still 1-2. And he hits a ground ball to the right side.
Ball.
And that's just foul. And the 1-2. Swings and misses. Leadoff batter retired
Now
in the
batting,
6th.
the center fielder,
Bit
Junior
unusual to see him swing so
Perez.
early. Typically uses the whole field, but a little jumpy in this spot. Nobody on with 1 out. And now, Junior Perez. Line drive, and it's caught.
Now batting, designated hitter, Joshua Kuroda, Broward.
Foul will see another payoff pitch. 2 down and nobody aboard. Here in the bottom of the 6th. He hits a fly to center. Siri under this one. And makes the catch. runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. 7th inning up next. The Aviators out in front, 2-1. Well, it's a one-run ball game. Stepping to the plate for Salt Lake, Adam Frazier. One and one. Here's the pitch. Right through there for a strike. Struck out looking. Leadoff batter set down to open the 7th. Frazier disagrees with that called strike. Here's the challenge. And that one was indeed a strike. So that removes their last challenge. Hoping to put the tying run aboard. And there's ball 4. So we'll take another look on this catcher's challenge.
Now batting, shortstop, Chris Taylor.
And on further review, it was a strike. They'll keep their remaining challenge. Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Brady Basso will depart, leaves in a one-run game. New pitcher coming on, and we'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching.
So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Wander Suero. The offense will need to be ready for the breaking stuff, including a great curveball. Digging in for the Bees, Chris Taylor. One ball, one strike. Here's the pitch. He swings and fouls one off. Next offering is upstairs. And that's in the dirt. Good plate appearance there, able to take the walk. Significant opportunity now with a good runner on first and 2 away. A big secondary lead can turn into a run with a ball in the gap. The Bees with the tying run aboard at first. Now the 1-2 pitch. Battling here, fouls it away. And that one hammered. And that one looks like it'll be trouble. Oh, what a catch he just made. Sensational play for the 3rd out. Great diving catch to end the inning. That'll fire up the dugout. Time to go hit. So they turn to the lefty in this spot, Angel Perdomo. This game is still pretty tight, so he has to give the bats a chance and keep it close. No mistake pitches. And here's the catcher, Shane McGuire.
Shane McGuire.
Cut on and missed. 1-2. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Taylor Saucedo, the southpaw, is throwing and getting that sinker dialed in. Zephyrjohn getting loose as well. And now the 1-2. Struck out swinging. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
The first baseman.
That's about as textbook a 2-strike slider as there is. Breaks away from the hitter, low and away, and just runs away from the bat. I'm not sure if he even could have done damage if he'd made contact. 1 out and the base is empty. And that one is foul. We'll try again. Here's the 2-2. Slapped hard the other way, but foul. Two and two, and the pitch. That's down
ball
and away.
3.
That's a strikeout looking. Back-to-back Ks. Harris wants another look at the called strike, and here's a challenge. And it's going to stay a strike. No challenges left for him now. To the top of the order we go. Caden Marlowe getting ready to hit. 2 outs, base is empty. Slider misses away. Set down on strikes. 3 up and 3 down, inning over. We're at the end of 7. The Aviators on top, 2-1.
Leading off, catcher number 38.
Swing and a miss. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Leadoff batter out here in the 8th. Now up, Bryce Teodosio.
Left fielder, Bryce Teodosio.
The Aviators up by a run, and we're in the top of the 8th. That misses the zone. 2-1. That one
Inside,
missed.
ball 3.
Yoan Moncada waiting for a turn at the plate. And now we're all filled up at 3-2. A little inside conscious now, and maybe the pitcher will target the outer half of the plate. Foul ball, it remains a full count. And the time run is aboard.
Take your base.
Now batting, third baseman, Yoan Moncada.
Swings through that one. Quick move to first.
He's
Teodosio back on a dive. So a substitution needed at first because of the injury. And here's the pinch runner, Donovan Walton. I'm not sure about the reason for this one. They've downgraded in speed with this move. And
That's
now
a ball.
2-2. Good job to let the low one go there. The Bees with the go-ahead run in the batter's box. And that one gets by the catcher. That's a wild pitch, and it allows the tying run to move into scoring position. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Wander Suero out of the game, responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't quite closed yet. We'll be right back. So they turn to their closer, Hogan Harris, trying to strand the runner at second. Next up for the Bees, Nolan Shanuel. Tough lefty-lefty matchup here for the hitter. The best approach is to stay up the middle. Even if you're a little late, you can send an opposite field liner. On the ground to the right side, Malone. Throw to first in time. And a fine job by the lefty reliever. Just one pitch to get the inning-ending ground out. We head to the bottom of the eighth. Las Vegas with the lead, 2-1.
Leading things off, shortstop Daryl Hernandez.
The lefty readies. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fights it off. We'll see another. That one misses.
Ball.
2-2. That's smart pitching against a hitter who uses the whole field. If he can't extend his arms, it's hard for him to hit the other way. Swings through it for the K. And that's one away. The leadoff hitter retired in the eighth.
Third baseman.
That slider was pretty far out of the zone, and I'm thinking he just didn't read the ball well out of the hand. When you're trying to protect the plate on a two-strike count like that, you can get a little jumpy. Might have been what happened in that AB. Lifted in the air to right center. This one carrying. And now 2 away.
Now batting, left fielder, Colby Thomas.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, looks ready to make the move. Angel Perdomo won't go any further tonight. Leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on, and we'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching for
So they turn things over to the righty, Ryan Zefferjohn. He can really bring the heat. Two away here, nobody on. At the plate, Colby Thomas. Swing and a ground ball up the middle, base hit. And that keeps the inning alive. Off the schneid now that the first hit is in the books. That can really weigh on a player when you struggle to get that first hit to open a season. Time to shake it off and move forward. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Inning over. One runner left aboard, but they still lead it 2-1. Well, it's a one-run ball game. And now the DH, Jorge Soler. Fouls it off, still 1-2. That's down and in. Spoils that one. It remains 2-2. Grounder left side, down the line, and it's foul. Here comes the 2-2. Swing, soft line drop. I'm sure he's disappointed after he didn't get the hit on that line out, but that's great contact. The next time he hits it like that, I bet it works out better. One down, base is empty here in the ninth. Got the K. They are down to their final out. Now it's the switch-hitting outfielder, Gustavo Campero. Not the kind of batter you can afford to put on base in a tight situation like this. Lots of speed and an aggressive approach on the base paths. In the air to the right, it's pretty deep. This one is over. And your final score here today, 2-1. So they hang on to win it by a run. Thanks for dropping by and joining me and our wonderful crew here on the show. I'm Ben Gelman. Talk to you soon.